Today's video is all about impressing your buddies out on the pump track, and that is going fast, clearing huge gaps, exploring, endurance, style, manuals, the whole shebang. Is a good recipe to impress your mates, but then I'm going to dive into it a little bit, give you a few tips on how to do these things, so let's get started. Right, this one, to impress your mates, is all about going fast on a pump track. If you're flying around that pump track, you're gonna get some whoops from your buddies, but it's a technique that takes a long time to master. But also, certain obstacles on the pump track recommend different techniques. For me, you can double this, but you're gonna go slow to double it, so you don't over jump it if you're going too fast. So the technique on these two was I used the manual through to generate more speed to go faster into that next section. Whereas this last one right here, this one is big enough for me to double. So going from one to the other in the air and then through that corner as fast as I can and as stylish as I can as well. There you go. But it depends on what obstacles are on the pump track. Basically, you want to generate more speed and you've got to find out what obstacle is perfect for manualing through to gain more speed, or to just jump it to get more air time. Simple. Right, this is why the pump track is super tiring and exhausting when it's going fast. And using a turn to generate as much speed as possible is key. You don't just want to ride this thing, you want to push into this thing and push out of it. Just think of it as a roller on its side. You pump in through it. You're going to pump all the way through and give it all you've got to go flat out. Right, what if speed is not your thing and you're not faster than your mates? Then you've got to look fast. You've got to bring in a bit of style. You've got to over-exaggerate at certain points of those skills. For instance, the manual. Right, the best place to do the manual and over-exaggerate is find the longest straight on the pump track, because that's where you can perfect on how far you can go on the manual. But what I mean by over-exaggerating is you want to get into that manual, you want to maintain the height of that, you don't want to go too high up because that's no star points there. You want to bend your legs, lean far back over the bike and looking over your bars, just like this, over your front tire, looking at it, you're looking fast, you're looking stylish, and that's going to impress your mates. Right, little tip on technique on how to manual out of turns because it's super hard. Basically what you want to do is come into the turn obviously, but when you're coming out of it, you want to kind of straighten up your bike as much as possible, because if you come out like this, you look at your bike, you're looking down the line, but your bike is facing that way, so your bike's going to go that way. So you want to come in quite early on, quite high up in the turn before, cut down in the turn to kind of straighten up that line out of the turn, manual over this, and then it's all about using your legs and pushing the bike down, maintaining the height of that front wheel will rise when you go up, but then when your bike drops down, you drop in the front as well, so you're pushing forward like you would if you had two wheels on the ground. But that comes with a lot of practice, because it takes time, trust me, but it's fun when you get it, and it will impress your mates. Right, if manualing is not your thing, then finding a big fat gap to get some height, to get some distance, just to impress your mates is key. I chose this one over all the rest because it's quite unique. You can actually double it, or you can use this bank over here as a hip, and that's what brought me here. I can use this as a hip, I can get a little bit of style in my air to clear that. And the best thing about it, you don't need that much speed. As long as you pop this beast, you can get over it. So, a little bit of speed, come in, pop it, steeze it out, land. Your mates are gonna be like clapping away. Well done, mate. You're not fast, but you're getting height. Right, this one's a bit more of an experimental one. You want to get out the box, look for unique lines, different lines, because that's going to impress your mates. Make sure it's difficult. Just think out the box. I've seen a few. I see one across here into that berm. I can see from out this berm into that berm. That one to there, that one's definitely going to impress people. let's crack on. Right, what about this one? From that side to this one, then I have to jump that into that berm. That's a big gap. That's a big gap. I'll try it, then we'll try this one, which I think is death. Okay, I'll do it again. I cased it. All right, look at this one. Ha! It's not even part of the course. Actually, everywhere is part of the course. It's all about in here figuring out new lines. Look at this line. It's out the top of this berm, into that roller over there, and then into that berm. Ha! Oh, it's gonna be difficult. Now, how do I calculate this? Well, speed is key because it's quite a big gap. I've got the speed, I know I've got the speed. It's about technique on hitting this beast. Look at it. The thing about hitting small lips going fast has a tendency to do this. That's if you pump it. If you pull off it, it's gonna, because you pull off with your front wheel and then your back wheel's still going up that short kicker, it's gonna do that. Now, I don't want to do that because that looks really hard to fall on. I'm nervous. And my butt, I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't even know if it's on. It's that scary, dude. Right. It's on. Just get over it, Blake. Plus, if I crash, fails and bails. Okay, I cased, but I knew I was gonna case, like I said, because I was nervous about hitting it, but I got ready for it, so I bent my legs, using my legs as suspension. There's a tip for you. If you're running a hardtail, as well as a full sus, use your legs, bend your legs, land. That's gonna be suspension. I didn't even feel it much. Do it again. Wow, that impressed. That impressed me. I'm impressed. I can go away a happy man with gapping all these gaps, especially this one. Right, the weird thing about it was, because that's a roller, and that's a roller, it's like condescending itself. I feel like I'm taking off there, but then I can't take off because I need to roll this tiny little bit and use that to push me over that quite a long gap. I think it's like 2-3 bike lengths, and I landed flat, but I'd rather land flat than case again because my ankles are not for that again. So there you go. Gaps. Yeah, that's gonna impress your mates. Right, if those weird angles and transfers are not your thing and you're not comfortable with doing it, don't worry, you can still find gaps, but on the track, and straight ones, that's still gonna impress your mates. Look at this, from there to there, gap this. That's impressive. But then you've got enough speed to do this one, which is even bigger. That's impressive too. But by doing this, it's gonna help you progress your jumping skills, which you can transfer out to the trail. Perfect. Right, this next one is manualing. I mean, manualing a hole straight sounds easy, but it's super hard, especially when you got 4 of them to try and complete. But it's definitely impressive. When I see someone do it, it definitely impresses me. Right, if you haven't got all those skills to impress your mates, but you've got legs of steel, then endurance is highly impressive because the pump track is insanely tiring. It burns your legs, and doing as many laps as possible, beating your friends out the park is impressive. Whoa! Whoa! Right, there's a few ways to impress your buddies on a pump track. Like manualing a hole straight at high speed is insanely impressive. By the looks of it, I need a little bit more practice at high speed. Talk about practice. Click down here on how to manual, because that's definitely going to help you on the pump track. And down here on how to use a pump track to boost your jumping skills and then transfer that out onto the trail is super down in depth. It's really cool, check it out. Smash that globe if you haven't subscribed already, because you're obviously missing out. And if you're impressed, give it a thumbs up like.